Really?
About 100, yeah, about. Yeah.
I don't see them. Really?
About 100, yeah, about. Yeah.
It was like real cloudy. I don't know.
So I made a video.
Hey guys, I've got video.
C'est plutôt les deux qui sont ressentent souvent les erreurs. On dit ultralibéralisme aussi. L'ultralibéralisme aussi, tu as vu cette voiture? Ça y est, il s'est planté ou quoi? Quelle horreur, mais quelle horreur! Regarde tous les champs courts, regarde. C'est pas vrai. Non, tu vois, ça sert à rien d'y aller. Écoute, hein. Tu as le rideau. Il y a suffisamment de champs. Alex, il y a suffisamment de. C'est un fou. Ah oui, ça y est. C'est quelqu'un qui s'est planté. Il a écrasé quelqu'un? Non, restez là, restez là. Il y a suffisamment de...
Right, since ain't chill. What kind of animals she got? Ooh, the Bengal tigers.
So I made.
I don't see them.
You've been looking for some answers and for some help. So 5 on Your Side's Keely Arthur got hundreds knocked off of a bill for a viewer in Warren County and asked Duke Energy why bills are so high right now.
We've gotten your emails and phone calls frustrated over high heating bills.
It seems like every month my bill is $300 or $400 a month. I'm on a fixed income.
Recently, Duke Energy sent Ann Killian a bill for $1,049 this February and then adjusted it to $1,012. She called them to complain.
They said there was nothing they could do.
So the Norlina resident called Keely, and we got to work reaching out to Duke Energy, and within days the company apologized and her new bill for February was $324.
If this keeps happening, please keep us looped in, okay?
Thank you so much.
Duke Energy spokesperson Jeff Brooks says Killian's meter wasn't being read, only estimated. He says most bills are accurate, but if you think your bill has gone up over the past year, you're right.
When was the last time Duke Energy changed their rates, and how much did it go up?
So we did have a rate increase last year that was to our what we call our base rates, the main part of your bill that you pay.
And how much did that go up?
All told, really, all of the increases, the base rate increase, the fuel, and the energy efficiency was somewhere around $10 of an increase for a customer using 1,000 kilowatt hours of energy.
You can take matters into your own hands to preserve energy in your home.
Weather stripping and caulking can be ways that can make a big difference for really very little cost.
Other things like turning off the lights and unplugging appliances when you're not using them help too. One thing that's out of our hands, the cost of natural gas, which is used to produce electricity and is costing more, up 40% from this time last year. This could have an even bigger impact this coming fall and winter when Duke Energy proposes its new rates.
If we see these continued prices increase, it's very possible we could see some adjustments in our fuel price down the road when we make those adjustments.
Keely Arthur, 5 on Your Side.
Another
power lights. We're going to lose our power in a minute. It's getting bigger. Pulling up a little bit, no?
Really?
Yeah, about
It was like real cloudy. It's 9:35. It's still daylight. Look at my big fat chunky cat hanging around down here. Big fat chunky cat. Milo. Milo. Hey. Look. Hey. Get it and get it. Look. You're not looking.
Little Joe has a plan. The price of gas is at an all-time high, but the way we need to fix that is just whip out $200,000 and go buy that electric car. And on top of that, if we buy an electric car, it will make Little Joe very happy. So come on, you tightwads, pull that money out of the bank. You know you've got it since Little Joe has been your president. Don't be such a tightwad.
Name something you might hurt yourself riding on.
Oh, Lord. You know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking? A penis.
Shut up! nasty ass audience.
Base, can we get back up in 560 now? Scott?
Stay there. Don't
have him sit down, Scott.
Don't move.
Have him scoot in, and if you could just stand behind him, please. I didn't hear Base was coming, did you?
No, go cover me.
Judge, can you hit the panic alarm, please?
Little Joe has a plan.
Look at my big fat chunky cat hanging around down here. Big fat chunky cat. Milo. Milo. Hey. Look. Hey. Get it and get it. Look. You're not looking.
Little Joe has a plan. The price of gas is at an all-time high, but the way we need to fix that is just whip out $200,000 and go buy that electric car. And on top of that, if we buy an electric car, it will make Little Joe very happy. So come on, you tightwads, pull that money out of the bank. You know you got it since Little Joe has been your president. Don't be such a tightwad.
No, this is not New York or Los Angeles. You'll pay $5.08 a gallon at the Shell at Union Center Boulevard in Westchester. We're now starting to see $4.99, essentially $5 in more areas, like here in Madeira and in Norwood.
I did not think I would be paying ever for gas this high.
$5.
$5, yeah.
Ashley Galati was at the Shell near the Rookwood Shopping Center, where regular is now $4.99 and premium a whopping $5.79. I want you to take a look at this because it's never happened to me before. I just put 10 gallons of gas in my car. It cost me over $50. Things were much worse for independent handyman William Axel, who uses his own hard-earned cash to fill up his work truck.
You can see I got a truck, so it cost me $100 a day to fill up. Last week, $110. By tomorrow, it might be up to $130.
So what's coming next? GasBuddy.com says given tight supplies and high demand, they don't see prices dropping until Labor Day.
I'm afraid that most of the summer we'll spend well over $4 a gallon. There may be times when we're over $5. So buckle up. I think most of the summer we'll spend probably $4.50 to $5.50 a gallon.
Last year, gas prices averaged $3.11 on the 4th of July. You know, that would be a bargain this upcoming holiday weekend. So always, don't waste your money. I'm John Matteries, WCPO 9 News.
I'm going to start by saying this today. The market was absolutely crushed today. Dow Jones down 741 points, NASDAQ down 453 points. We are now beginning to see these markets being exposed for what they are. When you pump trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars into these markets through QE, all this money printing, when you have 0% interest rates for over a decade, and now we have raised rates to what, about 1.5%, and we are seeing the whole thing disintegrate because these markets are being exposed for what they are. Very, very manipulated, weak markets. A house of cards built on top of quicksand. If we had real markets, think about it. If we had a real market, a real strong market right now that wasn't pumped up with trillions of fake fiat dollars and 0% interest rates for over a decade, do you really think 1.5% would be doing the type of damage that it's doing right now? Think about it. The reason why these minimal interest rates are doing so much damage is because these are extremely weak markets. They have always been extremely weak markets ever since the last financial crisis, where the Fed came in, cut rates, held rates down for way too low, and pumped way too much money into these markets. This is now what we get. And there is no such thing as a free lunch. There never was anything such thing as a free lunch. And now people are beginning to see what happens, what the repercussions are when you print this amount of type of money, and you keep rates at zero. We are now shocking the system. Just with 1.5% interest rates. I think that's about where we're at right now. I think the Fed's fund rate is about 1.5%. And these markets cannot handle it because they've been propped up for so long. And we've been told that the markets are so strong that they're not manipulated. But look at what is happening. They are crumbling under very, very slight interest rate moves. I want to go back to something Jerome Powell said yesterday. Jerome Powell yesterday said that the consumer is in great shape. He said the consumer is spending. Yes, Mr. Powell, the consumer is spending. They are spending with credit cards, acquiring more and more debt on top of the debt that they already had. But we've had a market, again, with 0% interest rates, trillions of dollars pumped in it. We closed an entire economy down, paid people to stay at home, not produce, not manufacture, not earn a paycheck. We paid people to stay at home, and now we're raising rates, and this is what we're seeing. No surprise. Are you surprised? I'm certainly not surprised. I've been talking about this for a couple years. I knew, and most of you all knew, that when you print this amount of money and keep rates this low for this long, you're going to get big trouble the minute you begin to raise rates. I said this probably 8 months ago, maybe a year ago. I dare the Fed to start raising rates because it is going to expose these markets for what they are. A house of cards built on top of quicksand. They're not going to be able to withstand these rate hikes. And we're going to see a lot of damage because I don't see, even though this Fed is extremely, extremely weak, and I think he should be raising well over 1 full percentage point at each meeting, they are going to continue to raise rates. And even the slightest move, even if they raised rates 25 basis points at the next meeting, this is going to do horrific damage to these markets. These markets are so fragile, and people believe that they were more than they really are. These are extremely fragile markets. My friend Mike today sent me a message from Indiana, and he's in Indiana right now with his rig, making some deliveries. And he told me he was at 6 gas stations today, 6 gas stations that had no fuel in the state of Indiana. Ladies and gentlemen, start betting against the debt. This thing has got a long way to go, and we've got a lot of debt, and a lot of this has to be shaken out. And I really hope, I pray that the Fed really gets aggressive and really has a change of heart and really, really does the right thing here and begins to raise rates over 1 percentage point at each meeting. Now, I know they're not going to do that, but they're just going to allow this thing to fester even longer, making it worse, allowing inflation to continue to climb and get ahead of it. The inflation is going to get